mistaken if you wanted to watch the Rugby World Cup final tonight, because it is, in fact, the upper bracket final here in Epic 40, live from the Leisure Village, with myself, and alongside me to my left is Panda Richie, a brand new face, but the same two old friends. How are you, my darling?
Doing very, very well, thank you, Connie. It's been a wonderful, wonderful event so far, and to be honest, today's been a really, really good day with all the double eliminations that's been going on right now. But no, talk us a little bit about everything that's been happening so far in today's match.
Well, when it comes to round robin from yesterday, a lot of context derives from what we witnessed in the best of ones. SKAL Esports as well maintained a lot of strength throughout yesterday and continued it today, whereas MCRB yesterday had more of a balanced run, won some, lost some, didn't really look too impressive, but came into the bracket today and upset quite a lot of people from their original standpoint. Albeit these two teams and rosters are comprised from lots of different working parts from a well-oiled machine previously. With MCRB, you have ex-players from Polaris, players that are starting to come up now in Tier 3. It's a real mixed match, a stuck-together team, if you will, of different talents trying to mesh. But with SKAL Esports, Core 5 has been together for quite a while now, and we know what they can do from the larger extremities of wider beacon circuits, for example. But nevertheless, upper bracket finals, quite an exciting time, and never need I say less, the action is going to be quite plentiful.
Yes, indeed it is. So coming into this upper bracket final, so SKAL did beat Vex, the top seeding of this entire event, and sent them down into the lower brackets. They beat them 2-1, whereas MCRP, they did beat Star, the winners of the Group B stages yesterday. They beat them 2-0 and just sent them down to the losers. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what's going to be happening. So whoever does win this game has bagged themselves a spot into the grand finals tomorrow. So the rest of the teams are going to be having a bit more of a grueling session later on this evening.
Yeah, I think as well when it comes to today, I mentioned at the very start of the broadcast when I was the first slot on, 12 hours today. 12 hours with breaks, of course, but let's just sort of dive into the real aspects in terms of how much toll that can take on a person's mental psyche. Tilt also plays a factor as well, because the more tired you are, the worse you play, performance play a factor, and optimization has been a key term for all the players today competing in the playoff stage of this tournament. But when it comes to SKAL and when it comes to MCBR, no complaints. No complaints. Pretty much flawless the entire time. And like you said, the Vex Gaming upset happening. And even though Star Esports as well, one of a strong contender, and so is SOG, both of which now are currently in lowers, dealing with the pressure down there, it's been quite a unique set of events. I think playoffs always is for the surprises. The excitement is always prevalent. But today, we could never have anticipated just how impressive these two teams are right now in the upper bracket final.
Yeah, it's going to be a really, really interesting day today, especially with this two match. It's going to be the clash of the Titans in this upper finals. I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better upper, as we could have seen it. Like you said, so many upsets been happening, but one team today is going to have to make their way down into that losers, whereas the other team is going to bag themselves a nice little comfy seat, potentially taking the finals later tomorrow. But whilst we're waiting for all the map vetoes and everything, just based on everything that we've talked about, who do you think is going to be taking this best of 3 today, Connie?
I think SKAL Esports has been on my mind for a little bit, but that's just purely based on the team cohesion.
Yeah.
I mean, their tactical familiarity from being so long together is levels above everyone else here in a regard. But MCRB have got more experience at a higher level. So that's sort of the caveat, if you will. That's sort of the seesaw that we're weighing up in terms of every scale possibility of what happens with these two teams.
Yeah.
I would definitely say that is my take, though.
That's fair, yeah. So it's going to be like consistency versus experience kind of situation. Yeah, no, that's understandable. That's completely fair. So, like, I would probably be agreeing with you, leaning more towards SKAL. I do think seeing MCRP in some of their matches throughout the group stages as well as the double eliminations, they've really started to impress us. Considering they're the 4th seeding in this entire tournament, they have managed to really, really pull their own throughout this entire time, and it's been very nice.
I'd say when it comes to the top 4 seeds for this event, I'd throw it out the window. All 4 can play on the same. All 4 can beat each other on the same day, especially with MCRB's actual repertoire. Players from Human Tripwires, players from the Beacon Circuit. They've got, like I said, a real mixed bag of fruit here. There is no one or the other that can really outperform, but the test of today is how well can you play after 10 hours straight playing, with breaks, of course, but there's not much left in the tank at this point. So these guys are running on fumes. And the winner ultimately will go through to Sunday, which, of course, we highlighted a moment ago.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I mean, one of these teams is definitely wanting a well-deserved break, but only one of them can get it. I mean, like you said, long days are grueling for anyone. I mean, even here over the production side, everyone is all exhausted. I can only imagine what the players are feeling right now, just because they've had to play yesterday, and yesterday was a very long day for all the teams. And starting the double elimination with the best of 3 yesterday, just to set the standings of the upper and the lowers, like. We weren't even finished until about 10:30, quarter to 11 last night. And
Yeah,
it's
no,
going to be something similar
it'll be longer today as well. We're looking for a late finish, but that's just the whole sort of purpose of why we're here anyway. Long, beautiful days of gameplay to watch, and that's just sort of what we like doing this.
Yeah,
it is enjoyable. It is a good bit of
how
fun.
it is.
But I think when it comes to the majority of this tournament in general, the macro view, it'll be unique to see who goes through tomorrow. That's my biggest point, because in previous events I feel it hasn't been as exciting, because we've always known who the top 2 teams would be to go through in one top sets. This one, 6 teams can probably take it home. There's a real dichotomy between the top 6 teams and the rest of the pools here in this Valorant tournament.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. Definitely could be anyone's finals. Again, one of these 2 teams will definitely take the spot, but after that, could be anyone's game down in the lowers. A lot more pressure, and it's all going to come down to just how these teams perform, especially later on tonight, because I feel like at this point in the day, it's going to start catching up to them. The fatigue is really going to start hitting them. After this game, the fatigue is really going to start affecting teams. And those teams who have like the stronger mental and the capacity to just power through it, I think they're going to be the ones that come out on top.
Yeah, I know, and I don't want to go too micro in terms of the player mentalities and the psyche, but I really think that as broad as you can be, that's all it comes down to today. Like you said, the overall wealth and well-being of these, overall health and well-being of these players will ultimately decide the result for this match. And regardless of that and the vetoes being selected, they're going to probably play counter picks. In my honest opinion, counter picks is probably the most likely decision for these teams heading into the latter portion of the day, because you've already gone through a lot of your map pools, the scrims beforehand, the practice beforehand, the tournaments beforehand. It's built a good repertoire for these teams. Their map pools are so deep, anything can work. So the smallest chess move, the smallest mistake in the veto process can cost either or. And, that'll be probably the main narrative that you can drive across this series, based on how well they at least manifest the right decisions at the right time. And if they mispick, then it will cost them dearly. It'll be a huge punishment.
Yeah, 100%. That is exactly like you've been saying. I think we're slowly starting to get the map vetoes going through now. So we are getting very close to getting the game started. So what kind of maps are you looking for? Because I think throughout this entire tournament, we have not seen a single Sunset. I mean, it's to be expected. Sunset is one of the newer maps that has been added to Valorant right now. And I feel like not a lot of teams have studied it, especially the teams that are playing here at Epic Land. It's kind of been one to avoid, whereas the rest of the roster, probably Breeze is probably the next one, since it's new changes. Maybe some teams aren't exactly too comfortable with it, but a lot of the other maps, so like Ascent, Haven, Bind, a lot of the cookie cutter maps, a lot more teams are feeling a lot more comfortable. So I'd assume we're going to be seeing a lot more comfort picks.
Yeah, well, the reason why when it comes to picking these maps, at least are avoiding Sunset at this stage, it makes sense. It's 250-50. It's 2 coin flip. There's not enough time to sort of manifest or meta it into any competitive pool. I think the most these players do probably is scrim it, add it to rotation, and see what works and what doesn't before it's officially, engineered into the wider professional map pool. But for now, again, it's just a risk. Like, I don't think I think at this point you could argue one point that it could be made. If you pick it at this point, with albeit if you win it, then great. Then you know off what's going to happen on that map for a large portion of your success, throughout the year. But it would be a lot of your blame if you lose that series because you pick Sunset.
Yes,
that's the one caveat.
Yeah, I think just a lot of the teams are just going for that safer option, like you said. Especially now that we are in the upper grand finals for this upper bracket. It's going to be very important what they choose, and I think just with the agents as well, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of standard compositions, according to the metas.
100%.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of Ascent. I feel like we're going to see at least an Ascent, a Bind, a Haven. Like I said, those cookie cutter maps we've had before. So
that's okay, and that's okay at this point. I just think that when it comes to the majority of this series, it's going to be a case of how well can they keep their mental in check. I think the tilt will be a huge factor.
Yes,
it's late in the game, it's at the day, because the external things surrounding most of the matches here at this stage, like the 6-7 o'clock markers, eating, the sleep beforehand, the night before, how much water they've consumed, just overall their their rituals, their metrics to keep, you know, everything aligned and avoid the worst case scenario. They won't have just tanking mid-series, because that shows in gameplay. It shows in gameplay too often.
Yeah, essentially, like a lot of these teams are now, they're just walking on this tightrope now, where any little slip up can cause quite the downfall.
Severe punishment.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Collateral team damage. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really imperative that teams keep their mental in check, especially like you said, within these later stages where the tank is starting to get empty, where most traditional routines are going to start happening, and they're going to be a little bit out of the loop now with their bodies, and it's really going to come down to like the internal factors now rather than the gameplay, because both teams deserve to be here. Both teams are capable. We know they're good. But like you said, it's going to come down to the individual, how their body's going to be handle this like crushing pressure of everything that's been going on, the long grueling days, just the endurance factor. It's really going to start paying off for the teams who are able to just push through it. Absolutely.
But in terms of the teams and ourselves, the wisest move right now, throw it to a very quick break while the teams sort themselves out, get the video selected, and then we'll come back to you with some Valorant action. Don't go anywhere. So everyone, welcome back to Epic 40. Now Panda and I have just had a lot of time really to discuss and really understand this series. But Panda, before anything else, did you enjoy your bathroom break?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I need to go.
Spent 3 minutes figuring out what happened to the players and the series delay, but it turns out it's all resolved now. Just vetoing process got a bit hairy, a bit wiry during the middle portion. But don't you worry, as now we are getting oh so close to show you the actual vetoes here.
Yes, we have. We got Bind and Haven banned first. MCRP are going to be picking Ascent, and then we are going to get a Breeze pick coming out from SKAL, followed by a Split and a Sunset ban. I mean, nothing too surprising there. And we have got Lotus as the decider for this best of 3.
Yeah, so when it comes to Ascent, first pick in the bracket final, love it, absolutely love it. I can chef's kiss every single day because of the flow, the tempo, and the sort of the statement that you want to see MCRP have in this first sort of round here. But the Breeze, mid portion, I think Breeze will be an interesting one. That's back in the rotation again, just to note. Having 6 months out with no Breeze and seeing the changes to the map itself, I don't think it will hinder too much the actual gameplay we saw all those months ago, back when it was rotated around and one of the favourites. But really, albeit if it goes to 1-1 and we have Lotus to decide it all, definitely a nail-biter of a series and a tasty one to boot.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so I'd assume with Ascent, it's going to really come down to the micro of both teams because Ascent is such a well-studied map. It's played so much. It's been there since pretty much the beginning of Valorant. So every team knows exactly what they need to be doing. We're going to be seeing the Sova, the Killjoys, the Omens, maybe even the Cypher if they want to just switch out just because of comfort and everything. But we are going to get the KO as well, being locked in by MCRP. We are going to be getting the Omen, Killjoy, and the Jet, you know, pretty standard. But on the side of SKAL, Sova, Killjoy, Jet, Gale, and pretty much like mirror comp at this point.
So in terms of competitions as well, I actually have to agree with you, but this map again just sort of has one standard set meta, and MCRP are pretty much close to the mark, with the exception of KO and Sova is interchangeable, the one part that can be altered during a lot of professional gameplay we see. SKAL though, although they would like to maintain sort of similar standards, the 2 initiators I want to highlight to you now, and the only reason being, on the attacking sides, which they are starting on, have a lot more impact on a map which averages 8 to 4 on defense every single time.
Interesting, yeah. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes. So we are going to be getting into the game very, very shortly now. So we'll be starting off with MCRP on the attack right now. So it's all going to be to play for now. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what both of these teams are going to be doing.
Well, in terms of the 2 teams anyway, I think it's going to be quite an interesting one already. We're going to be seeing MCRP on the defensive side and SKAL on the attack. In the first map of our upper bracket final, again, the standards are very high. The stakes are 2. Winner will go through to Sunday, tomorrow, grand finals on the main stage, live tomorrow at 11 in the morning. And of course, the loser will have to go down to lower brackets for their second chance at qualifying, albeit the rest of the losers' games we played throughout the rest of tonight. And we'll be left with 2 teams heading into tomorrow.
Yeah, now as we're going to get into the last couple of seconds of this buy phase, we can see that they're just going to be going for more of a default setup. MCRP just going for that standard setup, finding some information right there. Thanks to that 0 point onto JRT, you can see that they're making their way forward. Going through into tree, you can see that all the members of MCRP, they're just going to be rushing through, but thanks to that paranoia, they are going to get invited to MGRT. They're going to find themselves a nice, lovely opening kill. Mercedes getting themselves onto kill. So that's a lovely headshot. And it's traded out.
3 aside left in the first half here still. I think it's quite interesting to note that map control and side control is now just whiffering away from this side of SKAL Esports. MCRP, renowned for having wonderful break and take attempts, but when it comes to the post-one situations, this is where they've really struggled a lot earlier in the brackets. So to see now how they adapt and adjust heading into the latter portion. As Daki looks to set up as well with the turret on top, a good hold thus far.
Yes. And we see that Jamie is so low. They are going to get taken out. 1 more bullet is all they needed. Samu is going to get spotted by Jen. They are going to try to jiggle peek him. No, that's a lovely, lovely little headshot from Daki there. Straight onto Samu. The alternate right click with the classic. So deadly.
Yes, and as the defuse comes in, it's a round on the board now for SKAL Esports. And again, when it comes to the first 3 rounds, probably some of the more crucial of the series. And when it comes to this map in general, very easy to punish, very easy to chain, get momentum, and gain good footing around the large portion of this potential matchup. And when it comes to the buys, SKAL are not messing around already. Going to go for full shields, but a wide array of weaponry. I see a Marshall there and an Odin 2. playing for close quarter spray kills because they anticipate potentially that Mercedes and the entirety of MCRP can plan for a 5-stack push to either site. And above all else, it's just good insurance and good footing knowing that when you are playing around all sorts of extremities, MCRP are not messing around.
No, they are not. They are definitely not. So you can see that MGRT with the Marshall in hand, they are going to dodge the range of the recon, but all they are going to have against one. And that's 0 point, getting a lot of information, both getting Daki as well as the Jet. You can see they are prepping by mid. Sid get the flashpoint ready, throws it out, caught by the alarm bot. Sid and Daki get one piece. Leah going to get traded out. Oh, and that's a lovely, lovely little 3-piece, and MGT is just going to clean up with the Marshall headshot there. Very, very fast defensive round from SKAL Esports.
Yeah, and it's a good response too. I think now we're looking at a 2-0 lead here, but this is going to be the bonus round coming up next. The money round, if you will. Regardless of what happens, you win this round, despite the buys, it will benefit you. And ultimately, again, MCRP are, in fact, on a rather detrimental point of view, so they're going to force themselves to buy this round. And the one challenging caveat to it is going to be that they have to win this one now. If they lose this one, then they got 3-4 rounds back-to-back with forced ecos, and it's never a comfy situation when you are planning out the future.
No, it's not. They're really going to have to break the bank with this one, like you said, Connie. So, Killjoy turret is going to be spotting MJT. You can see that they are going to be stacking over and making the way over into Cubby through courtyard. Samo just clearing the angles of mid-marker and pieces just to see if anyone's going to be making it the way forward. You can see that Lear just closing through into tree now.
Still a strong setup on A, definitely pre-planned and well worked from SKAL thus far. But MCRP with the slow push through mid and buying it through garden, initiate a great push through. Important kill there at the back in the first one drawn by Leah. Initiates a great sort of staggered push where Daki can trade out. Now, in the 4 versus 4, we've got weird situations planning out throughout the A site. Jamie can get the spike down instantaneously from a wonderful challenge. But only with 3 players from SKAL Esports, the push needs to be coordinated. And they only have footing as well on top of the shelter. Oh, goodness me. Samo there finds one more, making it a 4-2. But nonetheless, 1 player left. Halsey needs to get it done.
Yeah, he's got the judge in hand. Can he be the judge, jury, executioner that SKAL Esports needs? He's going to have to be waiting for this dark cover to dissipate, but Samo has got the angle. You see it dissipating now, and they are just waiting so patiently. A few shots coming out, they are going to miss, but he's just going to get caught in the firing line of MCRP, and that finally got themselves around on the board with only 1 player down as well. That is a huge value that they've managed to get themselves out of from that buy.
Yeah, and strong round 2, but now it evens the footing a bit here. We're going to go with 2-1 in the total score thus far. But strong buys from both sides, and now at this point we look at the economy and you look at the purchases. The Ultimates online, you're looking towards MCRP having more ability throughout the rounds. They're playing for orbs this round, a first blood or 2 here and there if they can afford to actually, you know, maintain the counting clock off the top. But for the most part, when it comes to spacing positioning, it's going to be down to the Odin, the effect it has. Paranoia comes out clean thus far, but still a lot of reinforcement coming in behind the push originally. Sid, though, can't find 1, but Lear gets 2 back-to-back, shading it beautifully, complete control of the A site. And now, as we see, a fast rotation from SKAL Esports. Only can they find pushing through heaven. Al Jones to tag it up too, and Daki there gets Lear out of the way.
Yes, and now SKAL Esports, they find themselves in a really bit of a predicament situation now. Jamie with the 5-1, just going to quickly toss it over just to zone the member of SKAL Esports so they do not make the way further forward through over to the top of heaven. Aldrin not going to be able to find too much information, but as the bullets are going to be spraying through the wall, they're really going to do a number on the rubble right now. But as that spike time, it is just ticking down members of SKAL Esports. They're just going to opt to just back away, save the guns, because they really can't afford to lose any more members. I say that, Baloo is just going to be falling down to the hands of SKAL, and oh, MJT, lovely angle that they've been holding there, waiting for Reptile to get forward, and Daki getting the exit kill onto Jamie, and it is going to be a 2v2, but with that spike getting taken out, Daki ends up falling off screen by Samo. MJT equalizes it, and wow. What looks like it was going to be, what, a 3-3 finish for both sides, just closed out to a 1-1.
What's more important though is that MJT has kept the operator online for another round. Huge advantage now, still in favour in terms of weaponry heading SKAL's way. But you know what? Not going to bother the likes of MCRP too much. And that's just purely down to how confident they are of shading 2 back-to-back there. And just evening the playing field a little bit here on the Ascent. Now, we did come in here expecting the pick of MCRP to be strong. Well, those 2 rounds there showed it off. The lineup comes in properly as well. That dart and the KO knife too actually does create some good positioning. Lear gets the first one of the knives out, and albeit too, a lockdown still spare on SKAL Esports can stop anything, but we are seeing an instant ultimate advantage, and straight off the spawn, ULTRAS getting stuff done.
Yeah, I mean, Lear, they caught themselves between a rock and a hard place. They had 3 members in like pretty much a form of a pincer attack there. But MCRP, they are going to be able to use the confusion and everything thanks to MJT, to get the spike planted, and Reptile managed to get a lovely kill onto Daki there, making his way out through the dark cover onto Heaven. They are basically holding the angle there, and MJT off onto the kill feed, gets a kill into Jamie, and Samo takes out Sid. And now the pace has slowed down now, as we're in the post-plant situation. Halsey trying to do whatever they can.
Not much time left as well, but Reptile's on low HP, finds a first to ensure policy, and MJT only available for the save. I mean, that is one of the risks and rewards of SKAL Esports strategy. The operator must be kept online, but they're not winning in volume. The numbers aren't there, and now sacrificing crucial rounds in the early stages. It could be quite an issue later on, but thus far, 2-3. MCRP take the lead for the first time in this map and series today.
Reptile MJT, but MJT is just slightly quicker on the trigger there, able to keep that operator down. 3 ultimates online now for the side of SKAL. Got a lot of tools in the toolbox to work with right now.
Also quickly as well, when it comes to the likes of MCRP, Reptile Mercedes can play as well for Hunter's Fury and for a lockdown. It's on the board, only 3 orbs needed. But I think now we're going to see a full throttle attack coming out from SKAL Esports. Ultimates free available, all of which can attack a site, command an area, take a space, and MJT the operator will be your focal point for that. Yeah,
100%. MJT just going to be holding that mid position once more, but thanks to the notification of that turret, they are going to be forced away, and we are going to see Alia use the tailwind and the updraft to just try and quickly get into mid-market, but they are going to be backing away. You can see that the space, they're just going to back off, they're going to play it very, very slowly.
How drone as well, goes out on to be there, Panda Richie opens up space him, but Mercedes loses his life, and Daki now initiates the first blood of this map, taking it to a 5v4. Look at the spread though from SKAL Esports. All 5 players alive though, commanding the lanes until MJT drops to Reptile, opening up the entire front lane into back spawn. The team are pushing through now into gardens and making a real work of it, as only there's so much overload they can put onto the A site.
Yes, that they can. Now we can see all the members of MCRP. They are just making their way straight through tree. They were going to be opting to go through heaven, but no, now they've got complete site control. Yeah, Halsey is going to get taken down thanks to that paranoia and thanks to the entrance of Jamie there. Jamie getting that spike planted. 4v3 situation now in advantage. And Daki on that flank, getting the kill onto Samo. Lovely, lovely positioning there. So Daki has been notified. Jamie is going to be meeting Daki. 89 HP, they are just going to throw out a few shots. Daki's not going to be making any moves right now. They're going to be waiting for the rest of the team to do something for them.
Jamie just about gets Daki despite the Molotov miss, and despite it all, Lear gets another to add to his tally, making it a 1v3. Only can SKAL try their best to take the defuse, but Reptile has something to say, making it a 4-2 thus far. It's 4 rounds chained consecutively from the likes of MCRP, and really you're looking towards the entire team chemistry. I think when it comes to SKAL, MJT is a focal point. He is the point of attack and at least the sort of pace setter for this team. But when it comes to the likes of MCRP, everyone's pulling their weight. Everyone's managing to find a way through to an open exit and applying common logic. They're getting through and finding space and positioning that simply are outclassing SKAL Esports thus far.
Yes, that is exactly that. You can see that the experience from the upper in the upper tiers that MCRP have, it's really starting to shine through, especially with Lear. Lear's having an absolute monster of a game right now. I mean, the scoreboard 6 and 5, it might not show it, but they are be able to create so much space. They'll be able to create so much distractions for MCRP in order to just get themselves onto site so explosively, and especially when they had the Blaze Storm up as well, they were able to just get some very, very quick explosive kills with that, really causing a ruckus inside the ranks of SKAL Esports. So going to be a bit more of on an eco round for SKAL Esports right now. They are just going to be opting to just go for more classics from the Sheriff and his Stinger compared to the more powerhouse arsenal that MCRP have.
I think when it comes to it though, when you're looking towards the likes of SKAL Esports, I mean, what happened though? The first 3 rounds they were in full control. They even had economy after losing the bonus round, and they were looking comfortable. You have to just have, well, you have to bring a lot of questions into sort of a fray here, but I sort of drive back to the point in terms of their sort of formation and setup. I think MJT might need to just pull out a rifle, help force the front line attack, and just at least buddy up because although the island players are wonderful, it's not benefiting the overwhelming horsepower they need to take on a team like MCRP, who throughout the entire bracket today have just coordinated attacks wonderfully.
Yeah, and now that we're looking, because we've got a tech pause going on right now, and SKAL Esports, they never actually used any of their ultimates within that last round, so they've still got 3 ultimates in the bank ready to use. Yeah, and now going into this next round, MCRP, they've now got 3 ultimates on their own. We both got the Killjoy lockdown, so it's going to be, one's going to get used first, and then the other one's going to be used in response. It depends whoever uses first. But let's take a focus on Mercedes right now. He has got his Hunter's Fury ready. He's going to be able to play for those post-plant situations. He's going to be really crucial in order to stay alive later on in that post-plant. That's if they're able to get the spike planted.
And already gone straight to A as well. So you can see the spread in the formation, the plan of attack anyway. And with the confidence that you see from Lear this early on, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to mid and tries to get first blood. Or even just agresses through mid and just tries to create these offset timings where he can collect 2, 3 key pieces of information from the defaults of which SKAL might try to employ, and then just coordinate attacks with his teammates in that local area. It's really, really good tactic, and you can apply this sorts of stuff to some of the best players in the region. And definitely, you know, these 2 teams have that level. But right now, if SKAL wants to get back into this series, you just need to see a bit more composure, a little bit more composure. Discipline's lacking in certain areas. You feel like the lane control could be a little bit better, especially the agents they've picked, and with the competition they have, they can change pacings to extremely fast to nice and static in an instant. The agents can at least afford that for them.
Yeah, got a little bit more information now, so we are got a PC restart for one of the players. So we are just going to be continuing this tech pause now. So don't exactly know how long it's going to be, but for the meantime, I guess we're just going to have to keep on rambling, Connie.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah,
I'm down for that.
There's not, what's a Valorant event without a few tech issues and a few pauses and everything? I mean, at this point, we might as well just start getting a bingo sheet out and just try and start ticking off everything that could go wrong.
I've actually got a crossword underneath my little notepad here as well. I've been getting onto that, you know, during these tech pauses. I think we have enough tech pauses in a time to actually do a 9 to 5 shift, just one single 9 to 5 shift.
Just a single one.
Albeit it is part of the experience, it is part of LAN, but I'm actually quite enjoying it so far in terms of the actual teams we're having. And we are now literally reaching the end portion, where yesterday there were around 16 teams in this tournament. Now we're down to about 8, 6. Yeah, so teams are starting to pack up and leave now because they've been knocked out, and it is one of the more interesting experiences to sort of view and observe as a spectator, let alone a commentator, because it really raises the thing as to, like, when these guys are knocked out, they're done. They have to go home.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said,
it's a 4-day tournament as well.
Yeah, like once they're out, they're out. I mean, obviously they can stay and just, you know, have a chat, support the rest of the teams that are playing.
Have a chat.
Obviously, of course. I mean, there's not much else that they can be doing, can they?
No, yeah.
Not exactly like can continue to compete. But whilst we're getting towards the end game now of this double elimination, we're still waiting on these tech pauses. I mean,
yeah,
hey ho, still got a lot to talk about. Just moving forward, I mean, right now, MCRP, yeah, they are very much looking like the better team. I mean, we have seen glimpses at the very beginning. The first 2 rounds, specifically SKAL Esports, they actually show glimpses of greatness. They have the capacity to overcome MCRP, what it feels like. But right now, they're starting to turn the tables. MCRP, I'm starting to prove us wrong. We both did agree that SKAL Esports might be the ones to come out on top. But like you said before, any of these top 4 seeding teams, it can go. Those numbers go out the window. Anyone can take this. But like, it's only just the first map as well. We've still got potentially 2 more to play afterwards, depending on who takes this first one.
You do enjoy the sort of fruits of the labour here. I think that when it comes to the series of Ascent, Breeze and Lotus, it's just fast gameplay. It kind of shows sort of a personality trait, you know, boldness, lots of fear, lots of fearless attributes. Just because they're maps that everyone knows, and they're so quick to win on, which can be difficult at this stage. You might try and play a larger map where you have a random, like, you know, up the sleeve veto that you might pull out later on in the tournament. Most of these teams right now are just here for a laugh, here for a good time. As now we're getting back into the real thick of it. And finally, round number 7 about to kick off, underway.
Yeah, exactly that. Finally, we're getting back into it. Eco round for SKAL Esports right now. Shock Dart coming out from Lou, just trying to catch any of the members of MCRP who are trying to push up a little bit more aggressively. MJT pulling out the Blade Storm right now. They are just going to be waiting for the push, but MCRP, they are just going to take a little bit of a back seat in terms of their aggression, they're just going to play this a lot more slower, just feel like the information for the teams. So we're going to be waiting to see if they're going to be popping that lockdown.
Yep, lockdown. They got from the shadows, they got Hunter's Fury. The attacking side of bolstering some pretty impressive ultimates. But now as the push comes on, first one is drawn, and MCRP claim as their stake to it. And now we start to see the collapse come in. Reptile gets one of his own onto Daki, and as Lear finds another, it initiates a 4v2. But Sid, pinching through market, has got the Sheriff in hand. A good piece of kit, but not enough to face Reptile. As now Spike is being planted, it's down to Halsey in 1v3. He gets one with 2 left on the clock and just a single start point of this timer. The Aldrone with no use as he's still hidden.
Yeah, now 2 HP and a dream right now. He's really got to be hitting these shots. He's got to make sure every single shot count as he's only got 18 bullets left altogether. There's not much that he can do. He just walks out into the firing squad of both Mercedes as well. And they just going to close it out. I mean, there's not much that SKAL Esports could have done. They managed to get 3 members of MCRP taken out. It's probably the best that they could have asked for, but unfortunately, it's just not quite enough.
Yeah, and in terms of SKAL right now, they aren't playing on their pick. So, you know, MCRP on the attacking side at 5-2, I've got a real sort of precedent to set because we do highlight the one thing. 8-4 is the average across the start of Valorant to now for rounds at the half. Defensive has always been the favour. But as we head into the next 100 seconds of round number 8, instantaneously, Killjoy on the attacker side has been activated. They want to lock down straight away. But of course, 2 long crossfires are set up on the side of SKAL Esports to watch the break off. Smoke through market. There's another smoke as well to block off the exit. And now we've got a full site collapse coming in from NCP ULTRAS. Daki with a turret and a headshot finds 2 clean. The spray through gets another. That's 3 that round. 75 up to the clock. Samo gets 1, but lose final. Ends the round at a heartbeat. 1 more back in the back pocket. SKAL Esports claim their stake to at least close the deficit.
Yeah, no, that's a really, really good defensive round from SKAL there. Lockdown being popped from the side of MCRP alongside with from the shadows. Not able to find anything out of that. A lot of ultimates invested in, but no real value coming out of it. So MCRP, a little bit of a disadvantage now going into this next round because we can see that SKAL, they've got 4 ultimates online. They've got that lockdown. They didn't use it in response, so really, really good use of them not opting to go for it. So
Recon bolt goes out though, and there's a turret gone. Sid straight away taking care of all the mid utility that might oppose them in their attack. But still, it's a very strange push. Lear though has been cancelled out by the knife. Spike, though, might be warranted towards A. Aldrone goes out towards Gardens. Daki's just going to play time and wait for it to naturally fall away. And then a counter smoke there thrown. So no real chess moves being made, but MJT off of a wonderful flank down the left-hand side of the map catches Mercedes off guard. 5v4. Not just that, SKAL Esports has got 4 ultimates to boot. A minute left on the clock.
yeah, now Lear has been spotted by the Aldrin. Their position is going to get revealed, but no one on the side of SKAL Esports is going to just take advantage of that. We can see that Spike is left at the top of mid there, but we can see that Reptile's making the way into tree. Oh, they just managed to spot the shoulder of Daki throughout a few shots, but Daki is just not, is going to pick his battles correctly and just going to back away, waiting for MCRP to just make the way onto side because Samo getting spotted out by that 0 point right now. A little bit of information. Now as the alarm bot gets triggered, Halsey just getting out of range of that 0 point. 30 seconds left on the clock now, and MCRP, they've really got to start making moves. Lockdown, getting prepped. And now they've just waited for the plan to go off. And now the Hunter's Fury is coming out, followed by the Paranoia. They're just waiting and trying to deny, but the spike has gotten down in the nick of time. MCRP has got 2 more seconds now before they are going to get detained. Samo getting detained on point. I think he's going to just use himself as a bait just to try and bring out the members of SKAL, but it's not even going to matter because the members of SKAL are going to be taking down Halsey, taking out Lear. It's all up to Jamie. Oh, that's a lovely, lovely little headshot. It's a 1v1 situation. Oh, they wide swing, and Jamie gets a lovely little 3K onto Halsey right there. My goodness, what a performance from Jamie right there. That was spectacular.
3 rounds left in the half, and the players are getting amped. It's definitely impassioned hours, as now we are entering what looks to be a real tough spot here for SKAL Esports. Albeit now they have some money to boot, and MJT's playing operate again just for one last-ditch effort here, and it is a forced buy. To note, it is a forced buy. Therefore, we are looking at MCRP claiming their stake and extending the round A mixed set of armors and a mixed set of guns, but you are looking towards MCRP having more economical control and therefore having much better leverage on the map in the longer prospect.
Now we've got Lear quickly making the way, a dashing entrance into market right now, followed by Jamie right behind them. They do spot Sid just through that little slither of the angle. They're going through a few pot shots, but nothing quite connecting. As Sid, Sheriff and Han just having to just back away, just anticipating anyone from the side of MCRP. But Samo is going to get an opening kill onto MJT right there. Really, really nicely done for them. And now, see that Halsey is just patiently waiting.
Cover going out.
Back of Lever there. Spike still not picked up right now. I feel like MCRP, they're just trying to feel out. And they're just waiting to get that like a bit more information to see what's going to be happening. But they really need to make a move on and get that Spike picked up. Because Halsey's going to find one. Gets two. What a lovely spray transfer through the smoke. No fact as well. As Lear is on site. Sid going to throw a little pot flash out. But you can see that Lear is hiding underneath in hell. Reptile on the flank. Halsey has no idea. And that is a lovely, lovely kill. It's a 3v1 situation now. Because Sid is going to fall. It's all up to Lou. He's making the way through the attacker side. Now we are going to go into this post-plant situation.
Lou in the toughest spot possible here right now. I mean, when it comes to the post-plant setup, 3 stacked into sight. All crosshairs trailed on one location in front gate. Lou gets the first down, recon box boot as well. But no chance for 1v2 as Lear takes care of business. And it's 3-7 now. We're nearing the end of the first half. And despite the force spike coming in from SKAL Esports, they now have to play with just an eco. But look at just how devastating this might be. We are looking towards round number 11 now, and we are definitely going to play the cards. Because look at the ultimates already, only 2-1, but still, Bladestorm, Hunter's Fury against from the shadows. There isn't really much to do on the defensive side, but the attacking side's got so much power this round that aside from weaponry, they've got everything to lose.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, on paper, MCRP should be taking this round 100%. They've got the better ultimates that they need. They've got the Hunter's Fury for that post plant.
And look at the stack here as well, Panda. Straight onto A. They're just playing very tight right now. One filler player to overload the site if need be, but SKAL. Oh, MJT with a wonderful shot onto Reptile. Immediately, the island player is destroyed. Aldron's thrown out into garden to seek information. Smoke blocks all the intel that can be gathered from either side of the A site. And look at this stack setup as well. SKAL Esports are spreading every single lane to ensure maximum coverage.
Yes, they are indeed. They're not going to be rushing over to the rotate. They are just going to be holding their positions because they now, after that pick from MJT, I say they are in a good position now, but Mercedes is going to take up MJT for themselves. So they're going to equalize the numbers right now. It's going to be a very, very slow game. The Bladestorm getting popped now by Lear. I think they're going to be looking to go for a very, very explosive charge. Dark cover coming out to see that the recon bolt followed by the flashpoint coming out. Oh, that paranoia is so good right now. Oh, Lear's going to find one. Can they find two? They've spot both Heaven and Jen. Lou finding Sam with Lear. Oh, what a lovely shot onto Jamie from Lou there. But Lear is going to get themselves a 3K for themselves. And now it's all up to Dacky, a 1v2 situation. Vandal in hand, not a single bit of utility that they have available right now as both Mercedes and Lear take refuge underneath into hell. As that spike timer keeps on ticking down, they are just going to be slowly inching the way further forward and just trying to see what they can do.
Tacky got channels in our artist here as well. Has restored though. Turret and the alarm bot. But have a fake bait there on the deep. Finds one. The second, let's peek. Now it's all to lose here. Dacky just about finds the time here. Just trying to battle Mercedes here from his cave. And despite the swing, can't find a kill. Therefore, it's an extension. One more. The 5-round gap has just become too much. MCRP Ultras head to the last round and a half with every single bit of control on the worst side in this map.
Yeah, I mean, 8-3 right now. If you're SKAL Esports, you're probably not finding yourself in the best position right now. Not the round that you wanted to lose, especially the penultimate one. The best that you can do right now, 4 rounds for SKAL to 8 to MCRP. That's probably what SKAL want right now. But could be seeing a 9-3 half potentially. I mean, if MCRP are going to continue their performance that they have been having, definitely going to be seeing 9-3 going into the swap. Now, see, they're going for a bit of a different push now. You can see that 3 members are going to be pushing up on long. You can see that only Halsey is going to be holding a tree by themselves. Recon Bolt coming out as well as the Hunter's Fury. Oh my goodness, so much utility coming out. The Paranoia as well as the Hunter's Fury zoning Palsy, and Lear's going to be taking a nice quick free kill. MJT prepping that tailwind right now. They are going to be seeing that the door closes down, but Reptile is going to be finding one. Sid making the way through to heaven. Can they spot any of the members? Yes, they can, but Lear is going to be finding Sid off the swing from Jamie.
Spike planted.
And again, it's a 5v2, but that round played by MCRP was flawless. Just the instance to know when to overload the right side of the map, and then just play for the isolated kills was so good. But it all started from that first kill in Garden. And even so, the counter Paranoia and the Hunter's Fury, despite the efforts from SKAL to just stun the push, it was not possible. There were so many players there, and such a precise bit of utility had to be played perfectly. Wasn't to be. We're now entering 9-3. We're going to flip the scoreboard around, wipe the ultimates clean, and we are going to really test the wit now of the likes of SKAL Esports and how much can they do. Only 4 rounds. They lose those 4 rounds, it's game over. We're going to the second map.
Yeah. MCRP in a really, really nice spot right now. Like you said, 4 more rounds before they take this map number 1. I was expecting a bit of a closer game going into this upper bracket finals, but right now MCRP really exceeding expectations now, putting SKAL Esports into a position we did not think was going to be happening. But all can change on this attack side. We're going to have to see how SKAL Esports play all of this. They are going to be opting for more of a B-side attack compared to what MCRP were doing. They were trying to look for more mid-control, going over to the A side. Very rarely were they going over to B, but it's probably going to be a bit of a different game that SKAL are going to be playing. Lear, Sheriff in hand, all going to get caught out by the 0 point, but they are going to get a quick, nice little kill onto MJT. Halsey is there for the trade, and then followed up by Mercedes. Sid, what a lovely one-tap right there onto G, but they are going to get caught out and pincered by multiple members. See that they're making the way over onto site now. Site is completely cleared over onto B, as Lou is going to get that spike planted.
3v2, but you have to give a lot of credit there as well. SKAL Esports for trying it. It was a pinstripe kill feed, and they were not on the right side of it. Now spike is planted. Slowly Reptile and Samus start to make their way forwards. Throw a smoke as well, just to cut off the exit. Reptile peeking on the backside. But now as the recon bolt comes out, Lewis to count one back in his zone. And now just simple crossfire shots, trying to get some wall bangs through, get mission clear. That key finds Samo, and a second to boot. Reptile on a 1v1 against Lou. Time's ticking away, and with all there is, Lou needs to find a way to sight and get this done. Has a turret as well, Reptile. Can look at least to bait out time and keep it nice, but look at it right now. What more can you do? What more can you play? He gets it done and dusted. That is crucial, but is there enough time? Is there enough time? We're going to see that it goes through by the smallest of margins.
Wow, wow, wow. 0.27 left on the spike. You could not have called it any closer. That was really, really close. Really lovely headshot from Reptile there. Like you said, incredibly crucial pick at that. That managed to secure them the win that they needed for that round. My goodness, we're going to be going into the, what was it, 15th round now. Was it 13th? Yeah, 15th.
14th.
14th, yeah, that was it. Sorry, my numbers are off today.
Here is the strat book. You add them together and add 1. That's the round you're in.
Did not think of that.
Yeah,
Thank
honestly,
you.
You're good, mate. We digress now back to the map. And straight away, a huge push through mid is the coordination that SKAL wants to try and get through. But Mercedes is rewarded with a clean 2-piece. The Aldrone gets shot down as well, but the players that are reinforced on B just like to overload. Keep the exits covered. Daki there ends the trade, as now we're down to the last 75 seconds. Mercedes just playing the shoulders, has the information, nearly misses the kill, gets traded out for Lou, and now in the 1v3. Lou can't do much here. He's pinched in from all corners, all angles, as they start to collapse forward. He can only trade for 1 as Jamie gets it. We're edging closer to the finish line here, but that was a beautiful round for MCRP just to re-establish momentum.
11-3 now for MCRP. They are getting so close to getting that victory. I mean, there's a mountain to climb for SKAL Esports, and right now it is quite the challenge for them. They've got to win. Was it 8 more rounds just to equalize, and then they've got to get 9 more, just bring it to match point for themselves. That's if they win every single round in a row. It's going to be very, very difficult for them, especially with the economy and the guns that they're going to be using. Oh, but Daki finds a lovely opening kill onto Mercedes, but Jamie is going to be there for the trade, and Lear pushes out onto Catwalk and gets the kill. Sid finding a lovely kill onto Sama right now. Oh, 20 HP, and Jamie just gets a lovely 3K Oh, wow, wow, wow. If you are MCRP right now, you are really feeling yourself. That was quite the performance, and they put themselves onto match point.
They couldn't do anything there as well. They couldn't even think about Spike in that moment because of the incredible collapse. I mean, the 3 choke points were then just converted into flat-out rushes. It's almost like when you're seeing the players spread out and fan back together again just to form the unit where the trades can take place. They had an opportunity, SKAL, to actually exit anywhere other than the right side of spawn. And again, simply gorgeous gameplay from Mercedes and Jamie, utilising the weaponry and getting these all-important pieces which complete the puzzle for their game plan.
Yeah, now as we're going to go for a very, very quick execution. Oh my goodness, Lear using themselves as a distraction in order for Sid to get the kill onto Samo. You can see that so many of them are stacked in. Jamie, you're having to back up all the way into tree, and Lou is going to get, that's such a fast plant for Lou. Now that the spike is getting planted, you can see that we have got the flank coming around into tree. Now his members are just going to be waiting. The Aldrin is going to spot MJT. They are going to have to be forced off, and Lou using their own Aldrin in response, not able to find the tap or anything. Shot balls coming out. The shots are going to be coming forward. Oh, Lear jumping out from heaven. And it's a nice little 2-piece from the side of SKAL, and all Mercedes Odin in hand, picking up that Guardian. Trying to see if they can get the one shot, but unfortunately Sid is going to be there and closing out the round. And that is one more round on the board that SKAL are going to need to keep on adding in order to equalize this first half.
And at least as well they get to 4. I think in terms of the momentum and how much the MCRP have ran away with this map, I mean, it was their pick for a reason, right? We can sit here and just sort of talk around so many different factors. But regardless, MCRP came in strong, confident, been their main pick all day, and has not lost it. Therefore, we are just sort of carrying that momentum as well going into tomorrow. Albeit, if obviously makes it tomorrow, these factors are anything what's like when it really comes to an end. But potentially the last round of this map, Panda, is going to be a good one.
It's going to be a very, very good one. You can see that MJT are going to go for another fast engagement, but Lear gets 2 kills off the screen. My goodness, what a lovely, lovely open for them. We have got the Blade Storm ready for Lear when they need to pop it. MJT just going to be backing off this time round rather than keeping themselves up onto heaven like they did last time. They are just going to be waiting on. Reptile going to be taking down the door, and now that Spike has been down, the timer is ticking. It's a 3v4 situation. MJT has been spotted now as all the utility is going to be taken out. Lear finding a 3rd kill onto Daki. Reptile finding 1. Sid finding 2 lovely kills, and all they're going to get taken out. That's a lovely 4K for Lear. They are going to be closing out. MCRP are going to be taking this first map. Congratulations, 13-4 victory to MCRP. They've taken map number 1 in this best of 3 series.
Absolutely gorgeous gameplay, and one of which you can't really neglect, because the simple brilliance that we witnessed there from MCRP was not to be denied. We came into this match and series talking about their experience, a mixture of Tier 2 and Tier 3, experienced seasoned players from Polaris, up-and-comers here and around the regional and local circuits. It's just worth it, and every single bit of time you want to have, you take. But don't you worry, Panda. Map 2, Breeze, coming up next. We'll see you in a moment.
Hello Overclockers, and welcome. Oh, screw this. Where's A-Pack when you need him? Hello Overclockers, and welcome. Oh, screw this. Where's A-Pack when you need him?
Hello everyone and welcome back here to Epic 40, powered by Intel, sponsored by Overclockers, Noble Chairs, MSI and Draytech. So Connie, we've just watched the first map just go underway and it was a 13-4 victory to MCRP.
Yeah, I know, and they actually were 9-3 up on the second side.
Yeah.
It was their pick for a reason. I'm just going to move on to the next map because I think at this split stage now, it's just, you know, that happen, go next. That's sort of the mindsets of both these teams, and albeit I'd let it be gone, but you have to consider SKAL have to win this one. They want to push it to about 3 and have a chance to qualify for Sunday. But right now, seeing the likes of MCRP in the driving seat, it's not a bad look for them at all.
No, it's not. They're looking really, really dominant in this best of 3 series in the upper grand final right now. So just to reiterate, one of these teams, whoever wins it, is going to be bagging themselves a spot in the grand final tomorrow at 10 a.m. It's going to be a bit of an early start for the teams. But the team who wins today, they've got themselves a nice long break. The rest of the teams are going to have to play that grueling lower brackets later on. And we've got a very late match later on tonight.
Oh, no, I know. But when we cross the midnight mark, that's when you know that they got to get up at 9 in the morning and play on Sunday. So they're on strict time schedules, as are we. But albeit it's probably been ready for that, anticipating beforehand, because experience play a factor here. The new guys that have come into lots of different teams here will soon learn to adapt to the constant, forever changing working environment. especially in competitive settings. And again, we're in top 3 now. This is the top 3 portion of the 6 teams that are left in the bracket. So really just to break things down to you on an incredible level is that we are now in a bracket final. We're about to witness one team here qualify to the grand final, and then it'll be the rest of the lowers tonight, where, you know, double elimination, 2 losses and you're out. Both the teams haven't lost yet.
No, exactly. They have not. Only one of them will start getting a loss on their track record. But we are going to be going into Breeze for our next map. Going to be very, very... I'm going to be, you know, I'm curious to see how these teams are going to be playing out. I mean, since the changes, there's been a few changes, especially with mid. Mid has completely changed from what we were used to way back when it was first introduced.
Yeah, that's true.
And Hall is completely gone as well. We are probably going to be seeing more of those double smoke lineups like the Viper and the Harbor, more likely going to be the choice of pick for the controllers because they have such big walls that they can just completely cut off massive amounts of visual, like, information.
Visual impairment is a good one, yeah.
Yeah, visual information is so crucial on a map like Breeze where it's so open, and just having those high tides and the toxic screen to just completely just cut off those lines of sight just can do huge damage.
Yeah, and I think when it comes to the collateral effect, both these teams now are just going to at least be anticipating the worst case scenarios, because when it comes to, you know, the likes of MCPR, they could lose and go to map 3. That's the worst case scenario. SKAL, a lot scarier. They lose there going to lower bracket. So I think that's sort of the outlook that most teams have right now. But ultimately, again, it will be a lot of micro adjustments, mental resets taking place throughout the entirety to get these 13 rounds under the belt. But fortunately enough, as we do load into the map, Agent Select is coming up for you right now.
That it is. We're going to see MJT just picking up that jet straight away. As well as a Sova, yeah, I can understand that. A KO, very interesting for the KO.
How so?
Because, like, I feel like just with KO, I'd prefer to have just a bit more of this, like a Sky. I mean, the 0 point is really, really good, but it's limited. Like, you kind of have to make sure that you get in those angles. It's a one-directional projectile, whereas the Sky Guiding Light, you can just weave it around the corners, just find information inside those areas specifically where you might be finding some agents like be hiding.
And you mentioned the Sky as well. Samo has opted for that too, as he's asking a bit of a stark comparison here. A rather unorthodox sort of pick, but you know what? I definitely am liking the effort here that MCRP are going to commit towards. A Viper Sky combination, impressive. Chamber Reptile is going to be very, very interesting. Going to rely solely on First Bloods, and even so, just baiting out, because a lot of these players here are just hoping to challenge first and dodge and get the trade straight away. That right there is MCPR's look.
Yes, that it is. So we are going to be having MCRP on the defense going into Breeze now. You can see straight away the SKAL, they're going to be making their way over towards B main right now. It is looking like they're going to be stacking very, very, like, quite a formidable formation right now. They're just looking to just go straight in. You see that multiple members of MCRP, they are just going to spread themselves out across the map, just giving a little bit more leeway to seeing what happens. They're probably just going to be playing off the contact that SKAL Esports are going to be providing. You see that Daki with that 0 point, taking up the initiator role, whereas they were on the Killjoy on Ascent. Now, as the timer ticks down, action will begin.
0 point straight out almost instantly as well, and B will be on the menu. But look at this right here. Only one player defending it, a Viper to keep cover. And that's very interesting right now for SKAL Esports as they look to try and hold the fire. MCRP are running straight forward. They're maintaining such good control. But nonetheless, you have to consider it now. At this point, Tread's going down 4v4. Spike's partner, but what can MCRP do? Well, the answer's there. Instant Flood coming in right now, trying to get players off from SKAL Esports. Mercedes round the back takes care of Sid. As shots go down from MT as he rains it from the backside of the hold.
Yeah, now Samo is just making the way down through lane, trying to pick themselves up from Reptile on the flank there. Gets a lovely kill onto Lou with the headhunter. Now MJT is on the lonesome as Mercedes just comes out of nowhere with that jumping right click, gets the final kill onto MJT. And once again, MCRP, they are going to be picking up the pistol round once again. I think MCRP, they've won every single pistol round so far in this best of 3 series.
That economy as well, being refreshed here. First round is going to go the way, but when you're definitely keeping an eye out here for the likes of MCRP, very unique. Jamie going straight away for a Vandal Light Shield, 2 Vandal Light Shields. So we're looking at what was actually kind of a force buy, but definitely more of a power play here. They want to go for weaponry and win the second round. Because albeit high risk, high reward for MCRP, the full eco is expected out of SKAL Esports, but they're looking for a 2-0. That's what the bonus round really in the next portion will be a deciding factor here as projections for economy in that portions of this map.
Yeah, MJT is going to be picking up with the Marshall. They're going to be trying to get those like longer sightlines using weapons. Really, really good for long range. But no one's going to really be contacting areas. But we can see that SKAL, they are going to be taking a lot of mid control right now. As they are going to be starting to approach the tunnel, just got to watch out for Hunter's Nest right now. Leah gets a lovely kill onto Lou and gets a lovely two-piece onto Daki right there. 2 headshots and Reptile throwing out a few shots for the Headhunter, but unfortunately the weapon is not living up to the name. And Samu manages to pick up the slack and is all up to Halsey. Unfortunately, Mercedes gonna find the kill, pushing out of their toxic poison orb, and it's gonna be round number 2 for MCRP. Looking really, really good right now.
Solid round there from MCRP. Risk and reward, it paid off perfectly. There wasn't a moment where they looked uncomfortable. They were very, easygoing in those close quarters combat situations, initiating lots of wall-to-wall gunfights. When you do buy a bigger arsenal in the second round, that's what you kind of need in order to keep the crossfires going and even ensure that you are going to get a free trade without any contestation. But now we are seeing both these teams here coming in with full force buys. Bonus round coming up.
Yeah, 0 Point coming out straight into double doors now. Reptile getting caught in it. That's a bit of information, as well as the suppression preventing Reptile from even using the rendezvous, and Sid using the toxic screen and managed to catch Samo in the process as it's going up. And Sid is going to get the spike planted. Reptile going to go switching over to the Headhunter, sneaking out. Are going to get a bit decayed, and lovely shots coming out from Reptile there onto Daki. That was a huge amount of utility getting taken out, and now we've got Lear throwing out and dispatching the Aldrin. Now in this post-plant situation, the members of MCRP are just doing whatever they can to just zone off the members of SKAL before they can even try attempt to attack back on. But Halsey finds a lovely shot. Lear getting a response on the MJT, but the paranoia coming out, and he's spotted multiple members now.
2v3, they find just about. Alzino takes care of 3 that round. One more there on the consolation. Mercedes has the last say. One more shot. Sid takes care of business. And there you see it. We are seeing SKAL get a round back. The bonus has been contested and converted. 2-1. We head down to the rest of the match, and looking at the economy itself, it is going to be a decent weather report for the likes of SKAL. That was crucial to the development, as now they can go for a nice 4-buy this round. Albeit though, you kind of flirting with the ideas here. Now that Reptile has the operator in hand, things are spicy, albeit now mixed economy coming in for MCRP.
Yeah, MCRP, look at them. They've got 3 Vandals, and Reptile is going to be opting to go for their operator. They're going to sell a little bit of utility in order to accommodate for them. Now the light shields and get a bit of utility under their belt. SKAL Esports, even though they did win the round off the conversion, they lost a lot of members for them, and it did hit their bank quite a little bit. Lear pushing the way up, all the way up to the barrier of mid right there, and Lear is going to be finding the MJT, finding a lovely kill onto Jamie Halsey, responding onto a headshot with Lear. Now Mercedes is forced back out into tunnel. Poison Orb almost coming in clutch, but unfortunately they got caught with their pants down, trying to get that snake bite prepped and ready. Halsey TPing over and just trying to get themselves away from the angle of double doors that Samo was holding, but they're slowly pushing out.
Cover going out.
Caught in the dark cover. This could have been a bit of a precarious situation for them. Shots coming out from Halsey. Lovely connection to the skull onto Samo there. And now that Reptile is the last man standing, they've got an operator in hand. If I was them, I would be playing the very, very slow game. I would just wait this out, try and save the operator as best they can. But as we got MJT pushing the entrance, oh, MJT just whiffing the shots right there, and Reptile is able to capitalize. His position has been known, but they are wary that he has got the operator. Reptile is just going to have to play this very, very strategically.
Not much to work with here in the 1v4. It's time sticking away. Best you can do is try and save his weapon. But albeit in this round itself, it was definitely a lackluster showing there from MCRP. Nothing really could get going. But still, Reptile just hopes to try and pick and prod, get things online. He has, in fact, now gotten the tour de force activated for the next round. Again, the round now converted onto SKAL Esports' side, and it really was kind of a showing in itself. Lots of good head-to-heads, and they were winning the isolated doors. That really is what the round came down to.
Yeah, definitely. You can see that there. Mercedes just getting caught with the snake bite on hand. It's one of the worst things as a controller to fall death to. It's just having utility out. I mean, there's not much you can really do there. But 2-2 right now. SKAL Esports getting 2 rounds back on the map for them. Lear has been given the operator now. So Reptile, like you said, got the tour de force ready. They could just use that ultimate instead. They're going to be opting for the light shield. So it's going to be a bit more of a lighter buy on the side of MCRP. Investing the tour de force, but thanks to that suppression, they're not going to be able to use it. Samu is just going to get taken out because of the paranoia and the flashpoint location being revealed. And Reptile, all they have is a little bit of information through the smoke, but they're not able to do much. Daki getting that plant off. And they're just, MCRP, they're just going to leave SKAL Esports to just get the plant off, and they're just going to back away and wait to play for this retake.
Still 5 players are alive though somehow. It's quite a hit and run plant situation there, and even so NorthF comes online, so therefore MJT can start to play. Daki too, just to add insult to injury. We're now going to be dwindling away numbers. Lear is taken care of by Lou. That's the operator offline and out of the round, as now Mercedes can't do much more. And with Sheriff in hand, could hope to just at least take the French timeout, plan ahead, and begin discussing what went wrong in that round. Because at this point, they're getting dominated the last two just indefinitely. There's no way for them to even get footing or coordinate a retake. They're just getting picked off one by one.
Yeah, and that's a lovely flawless round by SKAL there. Definitely a big one that they needed. Now look at their economy now. We've got MJT with the operator. We've got 3 ultimates online for the side of SKAL and not a single one for MCRP. I mean, focus, Mercedes there. 8 out of 9 on the Viper's Pit. So they are the closest one, followed by Lear, who's also 1 point away. Jamie coming up to that Hunter's Fury. So we are going to be seeing it either, if they decide to go on a bit of a killing spree, we see it this round. But they're probably going to opt to save it for the next round or the round after. So it's going to be a very, very spread out default attack formation for the side of MCRP. You can see they are just slowly taking point, just waiting for the contact, just checking the angles, just trying to feel out MCRP into what they're going to be doing. They're not going to try and do anything just yet. They're just going to be waiting for that first initial contact before they decide what they're going to execute on.
70 seconds left on the clock. A slow shuffle to the left side of the map here from both teams, but we are looking directly at SKAL Esports. No progress made in the first 30 seconds of the round, but they're definitely coordinating a strong push. Smoke is thrown out through mid, Poison Cloud comes online, and the Neo Dark comes on too. The first blood is drawn. Samo dodged it all and gets 2 in return, as now we head down to a 4v3 situation. Lear at least has to play around the few corners he does to make sure it can work. The Viper's Pit though is going to be the walk of death. He cannot find any coverage instantaneously. We're now going to look away into a 3v3 situation. Mercedes takes care of Daki. Spike is now just hitting sight, but the audio cue was missed. Couldn't even fake out a sound. Couldn't even bait players away. And with no support, only one smoke can be thrown. To which now we're starting to see SKAL Esports regroup, recuperate. Mercedes playing careful on the outside. 13 seconds left. Plant needs to go down. At this point, you expect a collapse, but SKAL have found their way back. They've taken down 2. This is instantaneous. SKAL out of nowhere with a 1 comfortable 2v3 to consider themselves back in this series.
No, Sid played really, really well to just keep themselves alive within that Viper's Pit. It really bought enough time for Halsey to just reconvene with them, and they managed to secure themselves a lovely, lovely 3-piece. I mean, that could have gone disastrous if Sid fell. They would have found themselves in a 1v3 situation, but it does not even matter because they were able to get themselves that nice, secure clutch. We can see that they've got 3 ultimates online now. I think we are going to be seeing that Lear is not going to be opting to go for the rifle because they do have the Blazestone up and ready now. Lou prepping the recon bolt to send all the way down to the back to Sniper's Nest. And oh, with that Blazestone popping, Daki is going to fall to the hands of Lear as well as Sid. Kunai right between the eyes as Lear, lovely, lovely kill. But Halsey and MJT are going to respond with 2 kills of their own. They've just equalized the numbers just as fast as they were taken. Now it's going to be a bit slower. We can see that Samo is going to be backing up Lear as they're going to be making their way through into main. Oh, Halsey with their back against the walls. Kunai straight into the back of their skull. And Samo is going to find one. The corners are not getting checked, and Lou puts themselves into a 1v1 situation. B site is clear now. All they got to do is just take the time and get onto site. And Jamie is going for the long wraparound, just anticipating that they might be hearing them audio cues, but Lou just clearing the angles. They're just taking the time to just really, really check that site is clear, because in these 1v1 scenarios, you're not going to know where they are. And with this little information about where Jamie is, it doesn't even matter, because Lou just clicks on his head, and my goodness, what a lovely little 3K for Lou to secure a 5-2 lead. for SKAL Esports.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And SKAL Esports are just really cementing so much passion. 3 in that round for Lou, and to boot it, we're looking at the economy. We're looking directly at the ult economy as well, because everyone's got ultimates online, 3 aside, but the second force buy, in a way, if this doesn't pan out well for MCARP, then we are looking directly at an eco the next round, and an extension into SKAL Esports disaster.
Yeah, Mercedes popping that Viper Spit. They are going to get spotted by the 0 point, and my goodness, all the utilities coming out. Jamie finding an opening kill onto Daki. Mercedes following up right onto Sid. Now it's an absolute spray of bullets is coming out from either side. 2 kills are all that MCARP are going to be getting for this opening sequence right now. You can see that the From the Shadows has been used. You can see that Halsey is over into the back of sight right now. And Halsey is just going to fall to the hands of Reptile with the operator along with MJT. Reptile just showing them how deadly they are with the operator in hand. Oh, not quite able to get the flick onto Lou. Lou's just going to put his momentum right to a stop. And now, oh, Lou, what a lovely shot into Sniper's Nest. Getting another 3-piece for themselves. Now it's a 1v2 situation now. Jamie making their way over. I mean, look at this. There's not very much information. Like, you can see that they're just trying to slowly make their way over and try and find some information of just any form of audio cue. But now, as the spike is going to get planted now, that is going to give MCARP the green light that they need to rotate. But they need to coordinate this, because with how Lou is performing right now, he is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, listen, this is a huge conversion here for Lewis. Just waiting for his recall box to come back online. He used it there at the start of that spike plant, so he's got about 10-15 seconds worth of white noise. So look at the way that MCARP are playing this. They are just converging here through the cycle, through the point. And the spike trickles away, has a Hunter's Fury to boot. Luke can do so much here. And the spam might be bait. The first kill comes through. The second is Darks, but no! It's going to be Mercedes. But again, it's to the wire. It just about comes through. That would have been a 1v4 race for Lou, but it's just simply out of reach.
That was very, very close. Commendable effort from Lou there. I love the fact that they used the Hunter's Fury to just bait out MCARP, thinking that they were over into window, but no, they were looking the wrong way, and it almost got pulled off. That was almost a very, very impressive play. You can see here on the replay, Lou getting that 4K, but Mercedes just going to be able to find their head through the wall, and they're just able to just clutch out. It's going to be 3-5. I mean, MCARP, they still are at a disadvantage in terms of rounds. 2-round deficit right now, but you can see in terms of gun economy, they're both relatively equal. And as we're going to be going through into this 9th round, going to be a bit more of an aggressive rush from SKAL. Hunter's Fury coming out from Jamie, able to find Daki after they pop that Null command. They're going to find a little bit more information, but MJT in the backline causing absolute terror. Sid is going to be able to revive Daki in the down state, and Mercedes using the dark cover to shroud themselves as they're walking up. Lear has been spotted. Oh no, what a lovely shot from Halsey there. And another one onto Lear. And a 3-piece combo. Wow, wow, wow. That was absolutely spectacular. I could not have asked for a better performance from Halsey right there, even if I tried.
So that's 13-6. What can we say? This is a real comfortable spot that we do see the likes of SKAL Esports be in. They're actually in a very good situation where they have got reinforcements. They can afford 2-3 rounds now of full buys, even if lost. But above all that, they've got plenty to work with here in terms of ultimates. But the biggest thing that I have to just sort of iterate is Ultras need to come back fast. They can't afford much. A force buy and eco is sort of the spots they're in. The shroud itself will dictate quite a lot off the initial hint.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, there's not much that MCARP can work with. I mean, Reptile with the Headhunter, they have proven themselves to be a force with these one-shot guns. But right now, Daki getting the spike planted very, very quickly right now. And MJT gonna find the opening kill onto Samuel and then onto Jamie. And Sid using that snake bite to just whittle down Mercedes to 0 HP. And you can see that Halsey is just holding an off angle there up at the top of Halsey. Reptile did anticipate it, but Halsey was faster on the trigger. They have only got 5 HP. Lear, Sheriff in hand, not a single shield to the name, and a suppression to boot. Gonna pick up the Vandal for Daki. Gonna anticipate it, but Lear gets a lovely shot onto Daki right there, and MJT is just gonna make their presence known onto Bridge as they take down Lear. And this lead is starting to grow ever further for SKAL Esports. I mean, this is a completely different story to what we saw from the first map. They've kind of just flipped the story around, haven't they?
Yeah, the script has been truly turned on its head. But I tell you what now, this is what Pixar invented. This is the strongest maps of both these teams. We witnessed the likes of SKAL just struggle on the ascent. Albeit, that's what MCRP liked. Now we're seeing what looks to be a similar sort of story. But don't cut MCRP out just yet. They're playing the economy to what the best they can. The reason things aren't working out for them right now just simply is down to the teamwork and coordination they can effectively pull on this map right now.
Yeah, and now in this 11th round, MCRP, they have force board, they have got a 4-buy, but they have not got much money in the bank, so they really are counting on this round win. MJT onto B-side straight away. You can see that MCRP, they are just going to allow SKAL Esports to just take side, and they are just going to play it for the retake. But Daki almost got caught with the flashpoint, but it didn't even matter because Samu is going to be very, very quick on the trigger, but Sid is going to respond with the trade and a 2-piece there for them. Lear in tunnels getting caught out. They have been spotted by the Aldro, and MJT gonna find Lear in the process, and it's all up to Jamie. A 1v4 situation. They managed to find one. Can they find another? What a lovely shot coming out from Jamie right there. That is 1 out of 4 that they need in order to secure the clutch. Slowly but surely, they are inching their way forward onto the site. The recon bolt coming out, but it's not going to find its mark as Jamie is just going to be dancing around. And Lou is going to fall victim to this dance. And as that spike timer is ticking, I don't think Jamie has enough time to even attempt. All they can go for frags, and they manage to find a lovely 3-piece. And that's all they wrote. And they've managed to find themselves a lovely 4K. Really, really nice effort from Jamie there. Not much more that they could have done other than taking out the rest of SKAL. But as we are approaching the final round in this half, SKAL have secured themselves currently an 8-3 lead.
It's always a bit of sweetness. The consolation kill and the 4K, even after the round is pretty much wrapped up and tied to the opposing team. We do have to just highlight though, when it comes to this particular instance, SKAL are very much running away with it in all fronts. They have even got an opted toy with this round. They've opted to go away from the 5 rifles now to start to see how their first positioning might look. Because at this point when you have full control, you can experiment with map and it's not a problem. Yeah, it's a different reality though for SKAL Esports, where they are literally
Get out of my way.
forcing every single situation as play correct, calm, composed Valorant. But 5 stack towards the likes of A. New break off, very, very good in terms of, you know, changing it up a little bit. Because it allows one lurker, in this instance number 9 in the mini-map there, just seeing information through the middle, getting a good feel for the pacing thus far.
Yes, and now as SKAL are starting to execute their attack, both Vipers are going to be put up now from the shadows, coming out now all the way back into Sniper's Nest from Halsey, as he's just going to take quick control. You're just going to be waiting for any members of MCRP that will be rotated. But you can see that Jamie has sent out the Owl drone just to find out where Halsey was. They were able to anticipate where they were going to be, but not quite able to find out specifically. But now we're going to be seeing on the minimap, look, you can see that SKAL, they're going to be opting to go for a rotate now. You can see that MJT has made their way up to elbow. They are going to start to take mid control, and they are going to find themselves holding the angle onto double doors. They might be finding there. Yes, they do. They find the opening kill. That is absolutely huge. Now, Halsey just sitting nice and pretty right now in Sniper's Nest. And Samo is going to be throwing out the guiding light, but Daki is going to take them out. And Halsey finds Mercedes, and with just a classic in hand, is all Reptile needs as they find MJT. Daki is going to get the spike planted. Oh, no! Tour de force coming out. Very, very quick kill. And it doesn't even matter because it's a 9-3 half for SKAL Esports. Those quick cleanup kills coming in clutch as the timer was entering that 10-second mark.
It's going to be a nail-biter for a large portion. I mean, SKAL Esports have not really had a good footing in Breeze, and that's totally fair to say. They'll come back to the drawing board and look at it, but they changed 6 rounds and tied up 9-9. Yeah, we're looking at a whole different script here, but thus far, the way the narrative has been driven, the way the story's unfolding before our very eyes, SKAL's pick has paid off. And same previously for MCRP on the Ascent. They're just outclassing in so many ways. They've had full control. Halsey and MJT have found a partnership on this map that realistically is what you want out of your controller and duelist. It's perfect flow state, to which the rest of the players, the fillers and the initiators, can actually do their role without any fears, any worries of taking unnecessary gunfights.
Now that we've got MCRP on the attack, we're going to be looking for aggressive push into cave right now for MJT. And Halsey gets a lovely two-piece opener right there for SKAL. And Reptile using that headhunter, finding the kill onto MJT. Good response, and then Daki finding the kill onto Lear. It's a 2v4 situation, and oh my goodness, Lou is just going to find themselves a nice quick two-piece. And MCRP, they had zero response to the aggression from SKAL there on the defense. Wow, wow, wow. Very quick turnaround from SKAL, and they're looking like they just want to wrap this one up.
Twitch their mites. 3-10. I mean, at this point now we are double digits, and we're also into a very, very clear state of economy. Another risky bite, SKAL looking to operate on here, but when it comes to the important rounds, this round and the next, game changers. Absolute deal breakers when it comes to the economy and really influencing it. The bonus is coming up next, and SKAL have gone for the aggressive kind of full buy. Much more weaponry, much faster pace. They're going to finish it here. But MJT, the first blood drawn.
Spike down mid.
Opening wonderful thus far.
That was a really, really nice opening kill. They've managed to time that Viper toxic screen drop just so MJT was able to just find that nice quick opening kill. That they did manage to flick onto it. Could have been a bit detrimental. They managed to spot the gun barrel. And then, oh, Lear faster on the trigger compared to MJT. Going to get a nice, lovely headshot. Going to equalize the numbers. Now they are just going to just slowly wait. You can see that the spike is still back in attacker spawn right now. As the rest of MCRP, they're just trying to fill out the rest of the information from SKAL Esports. They're just waiting out. Guiding Light is going to be coming out. And then Daki, you can see there on the kill feed, finding Reptile with the Guardian. Lovely, lovely shots coming out from them. Now, it's looking like they are going to be making their way over to A site. 0 point, trying to find any information in cave, and that they do. They find out that Mercedes is there, so they are going to be anticipating that A-side push. Lou just bobbing his head up and down, just baiting Lear as they have been spotted. They are going to be moving out. Oh, a few shots getting whiffed out there. That is not what you want to be seeing, but Lou, nice to find the kill. Can they recover? Not quite. That Marshall shot quicker than what they were able to do. And Lear finding a nice lovely three-piece. It's a 1v2 situation now. They've now picked themselves up a Guardian, a harder hitting weapon, 10 HP. And with that timer ticking down, there's not going to be much of an opportunity, and Halsey closes it out with that lovely, lovely Bulldog. And SKAL Esports are inching their way ever closer to this map 2 victory for them.
It's going to be an interesting sort of dynamic as well, because they're trying to force the third map, and albeit we came into this map beforehand with two perspectives, SKAL were in a spot like, if we lose this map, we go to the lower bracket, whereas MCRP, they've lost this map 3, you know what, it's fine. So both teams are going to be in very much meeting in the middle on the mental state. They're going to go into this clean-headed. But right now, to see SKAL's tenacity to come back in this way, gorgeous, simply amazing thus far.
Yeah, they've done a really, really good job just to keep the cool despite the scoreline. So Halsey is going to just back off into the safety of the opposing toxic screen. They're going to prep their paranoia, and they are going to be catching a Lear with it. But they're just going to back off. A lot of shots being thrown out right now, but not much contact going through. Oh, but Reptile is going to be there for the opener. Spike has been planted. Lear finding one. Oh my goodness, Sid is going to be taking out Lear with that snake bite. It's a 2v4 situation now. MJT going to use a tailwind. Oh, they're not able to find the kill. And that's just going to be a quick 1-2.
All 4 players dropped there from the sides of MCRP. Or should I say, sorry, or should I say SKAL there. All of them dropped on A side, literally through the connector, through barn door. It wasn't a case, it was actually, no, sorry, I'm chewing my words here a little bit.
It's alright, don't worry.
Simply put, they got lined up. That's all I'm going to say. It was just one simple gunfight, 2 adjustments, a little peek and a dip. And then that's what happened. And simple stuff like that, which, you know, MCRP can pull off and do well, starts to tie momentum a little bit towards their favour, but I'm speaking enemy stuff.
No, yeah, I know what you mean there. Really lined themselves up. I tell you what, who lined themselves up? Reptile into the crosshairs of MJT. And now as Lear's going to make a quick entrance burn. That's going to come to a swift stop now, thanks to Daki. Now that 0 point is going to find some more information, knowing that there's going to be 2 people in cave. All of a sudden, the momentum from MCRP that they were trying to get come to a screeching halt right now. They're going to have to rethink their options right now. Got over a minute left on the clock. SKAL looking very, very comfortable in this 5v3. They don't really have to engage. They're just going to find a bit of information, and Sid is going to be finding Mercedes there in elbow. They are going to be looking like that MCRP are going to be going over towards the B side, but that poison orb is going to be coming out in a response. Just try to deter MCRP of getting in. 0 point finding Jamie now. Huge amounts of information But it might throw SKAL Esports off because they might be thinking, oh, they might be going for an A site push, but they might be anticipating as well that B site where Jamie might be using themselves as a little bit of bait.
35 seconds left on the clock here. Still, though, not much aggression towards the side. Full control will go the way of MCRP, but Jamie there gets another blood to add to it. 3v3. Recon goes out. Nope, shocked up. MCRP whittled away. Playing with only one formation. The tag will be just enough for SKAL to aggress forward and really get positioning underway.
Yeah, now MJT is going to get spotted. Their location is going to get revealed, and they're going to have some shots thrown through the smoke. Tries to throw an operator shot, but Sammy's going to get themselves a nice 2K right there. But Daki on the flank right now. Jamie's going to get completely caught off guard. Daki having to make the way onto site to try and defuse it. The snakebite coming out, spotting Mercedes with that 0 point, but they are finding themselves between a rock and a hard place right now. They spot the shoulder. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not, because Samu picks up the operator and takes out Daki with a nice, lovely shot to get themselves a nice 3K.
We know what we're doing.
Yeah, very strong as well, and that was a good round there regardless for the likes of MCRP. And a nice change in momentum, a good tiding, and really at this point now it adds a good bit of spice to the game. We like to see it. But the way that SKAL can only really afford it now, an eco is what they can really get. Because the way that the last two have gone, and the eco won, and this one again won by MCRP, affords so much time. The ult economy as well to boot. Lear's got the blades online. They can also play as well for Hunter's Fury and for Seekers.
Now we are going to be seeing MCRP opening up the kill. It's kind of a bit of a battle between Reptile and MJT. Both of them are alternating the kills onto each other, and that's exactly what we like to see. Four points coming out from the 0 point, and Daki, they had the null command ready, but they're not going to pop it as Lear is just going to get the kill. And oh my goodness, MCRP are just making mincemeat out of SKAL Esports right now. No one is getting a chance to breathe on the defending side. Swarzy has only got a Sheriff in hand. They're just making their way towards double doors. They're going to get spotted. Jamie's just going to make quick work of it as the gap is starting to close. What was an 9-3 half is now closing down to 11-6.
3 rounds back to back as well. It's a good
Really
chain
good.
at this stage as well. I mean, yes, SKAL 2 away from winning it, but if you're SKAL Esports, you call a timeout now. You have to call a timeout or just take a second. Realistically speaking, MCRP have got full momentum going their way. They'll carry it onto this as well. Just because of the variety of the kills they're getting has just changed so much. We see much more confidence as well from the chamber and from the duelists themselves.
Yeah, I think now we're starting to see the experience from MCRP really starting to come through, especially from the players who have been playing at that Polaris level. Even though they were 6 rounds down, they're giving their all. They're not letting up at all. They're just going to keep on going. They're just going to keep on battling that battle of attrition right now. Reptile with the operator in hand. They're going to stand outside of the rendezvous. MJT just throwing out a few shots into the smoke, just trying to see if they can find anyone. And Swarzy is going to find an opening kill onto Reptile through the smokes. Lear finding a kill onto MJT, and they're going to bring out the Bladestorm as they find Daki with it. They're going to be using the tailwind and the updraft to just try and cause a mess, but unfortunately the kunais are going to get wasted. Swarzy falls to the hands of Lear as they secure themselves a nice, lovely little 3K. The outdrone coming out from Jamie just to try and find any information from anyone in the back of sight. Lou throwing out the recon ball, and oh, what a lovely turn onto Mercedes there. Really, really lovely shot. And then Sid, unfortunately, going to be missing their mark. And it's all up to Lou once again. Lear is going to be tagged by the outdrone, but is that going to be enough? No, it is not. Jamie closing it out. And now it's 7-11. MCRP. I mean, what can you say? SKAL really need to put a timeout, like you said before this round started. They need that timeout.
And it's just rewarded the likes of MCRP who do catch fire and they don't stop burning away. It is going to be a case now at 7-11 where they're going to have to start really assessing the next few rounds and really draw it back to the beginning of where they started to get the momentum going. Because they're not going to have much time to reward themselves. It's just good balance here. The scoreboard's pretty much all even from all the players from MCRP.
I mean, both sides are really, really doing their all. And Reptile once again finding the opening kill. This time onto Sid. That's crucial because that has a lot of control with the utility going out. Daki throwing out the flashpoint, but Samo is going to be there. And MJT getting the trade. Kunais are just going to be missing as Mercedes going to find themselves a quick trade as well. 2v3 situations. SKAL Esports once again finding themselves on the back foot. Dark cover coming out over into double doors right now, but you can see that all the members of MCRP, they're kind of just hanging back in spawn. They're, you know, just taking it a little bit easy, just enjoying the sands right now before they make their venture over towards B side. We can see that there is From the Shadows ready and waiting for Halsey there. So the second that contact comes out onto B side, From the Shadows is going to be popped straight away just to make themselves get over there. And if MCRP decides to opt to go for an A push instead, Halsey, they can just simply cancel it and they can still keep control of either side. Lou, Marshall in hand, just checking all the angles, just really concentrating right now, anticipating where any members of MCRP can come out from. But now as the information and the utility is coming out, oh, they've spotted Mercedes, but Mercedes is quick to respond onto a quick headshot. But right now, Halsey, it's a 1v3 situation. 78 HP, not a lot of utility. They do have 2 dark covers to work with, but is it going to be enough against 3 members of MCRP right now who do have ultimates on hand, but an operator's all Reptile needs to close it all out.
Simply astounding. Simply astounding. Mercedes had a quick turn on as well whilst getting spiked down is really good intuition. But at the same time, the gratitude, the energy levels must be extremely high over there in the camp of MCRP.
That was a really good performance from MCRP there. That was definitely the round that they needed. It's 8-11 right now. You can see on the scoreboard they've won 5 rounds in a row. The momentum has completely shifted over into MCRP's favor, and if they keep riding this wave of momentum, we are going to be seeing MCRP taking this to a victory. SKAL Esports, they only need 2 more rounds. They know that, and they're really going to try push themselves in order to secure them. But right now, a boulder that is MCRP is stopping them in their tracks of making their way forward. Toxic Green is going to be getting prepped right now. They are waiting, and now the execution comes out. We can see Sid is just going to be making the way further forward.
Slow down. 118 left on the clock. Straight push now for SKAL Esports, but still hiding in the cloud is Sid, just playing off the queue, waiting for everything to pan out. Hunter's Fury called in, Samo there, finally draws first blood in the round. Still though, with a lot of almost online, Jamie and Lou get trades in tandem. But as the numbers dwindle away, the 3v2 comes out. Daki cleans them up in time. Lear gets one more. Lou, again, another situation. Another 1v2. Will it come through? No, it won't. 9-11. We have seen 6 straight rounds chained back to back from MCRP. They are not down and out. They are fighting in every sense of the word.
Wow. If you are MCRP right now, you're going to be feeling really good about yourself, because you have just completely flipped the table right now on SKAL Esports. They were looking so dominant in this first half, and all of a sudden it's just completely turned around. MCRP, they are just going to be continuing everything they're doing. Reptile has got the tour de force. If they've not got an operator in hand, they've got a tour de force in hand. The Reptile is just so powerful right now with these opening kills. Now they're going to find another opener. Oh, but no, Samo is going to find one onto MJT as they got blinded. Sid going to respond. Lear finding another kill for themselves, getting zoned out by that fragment. And oh, what a lovely spray onto Daki's head right there. Who is going to get spotted, and my goodness, are they going to get punished for it? Now that is going to be a very fast entrance onto A site, as Halsey is just making the wraparound through the sands, and Jamie has anticipated this. They are holding the angle. They're going to be waiting for Halsey to make their way through, and they just get a lovely one tap right onto Halsey's skulls. Even though Jamie got tagged, it did not deter them. Confidence is brimming right now.
Oh, I absolutely love this, to be fair, from MCRP. Finally, a timeout's been called in. SKAL more than warranted to take it. Let's just wind back the clock 7 rounds ago, when it was 3-11, when MCRP were nothing. They were having the hardest time understanding the rhythm, the flow, and the plays of which SKAL were trying to execute at what time. But now it's been a complete switch around. The team has come together. The formulation from Mercedes having big MVP moments, as well as the rest of the team, highlighting every single individual as one of which has won the head-to-head, isolated the fights, and kept the game going. We're now at 10-11. We're now at a portion where momentum has to be halted, and the only way conceivably that SKAL can try and do that is with a timeout.
That they do. Honestly, this timeout should have come out earlier. MCRP have just won 7 rounds in a row. That is a real kicker to SKAL Esports mental right now. we could see, like you said, the experience from the upper tiers of MCRP. They've kept their composure, and I think SKAL Esports right now, their mental has been severely affected by this. I mean, there's no worse feeling than being 9-3 up in the first half, 11-3, and then all of a sudden MCRP have just brought back 7 rounds in a row. They're this close to equalizing the round numbers. It's not a good feeling to have, and SKAL Esports, they're really trying to feel it, but they need to win one more round to overcome this little barrier that they are facing in order to secure themselves a map round win for MCRP. They're not going to be letting up at all.
Kicking things off here as well, just like we thrown away straight out. Viper's Pit called them away, but nobody home. MCRP a little bit better than that straight away, just push the middle of the map. But still, Contestion coming in early, throwing shots down through the Poison Cloud as Halsey, Samo just playing around intel and mid. But thus far, Lou hasn't given anything away just yet. Jamie going to throw in an arrow drone, get some feelers out straight away. But Sid dips out just in time. Great audio knowledge and great cues to dip away. As we're looking and diving into the last 70 seconds, the map now starting to get more developed. Aggression through mid. Simple from Lear and Samo, just coordinate a tandem here, get aggression straight away, but MJT spots the cross. First blood is drawn. Yeah,
very, very nicely done from MJT, getting themselves onto that off angle, just anticipating anyone making their way through over into tunnel, and that came through. The level of like patience and knowledge from both sides is just astounding. You can see that the game knowledge is just all there. Hunter's Fury is going to be catching Halsey as they get spotted by the recon bolt, but thanks to that Shrouded Step, they are going to be able to just get out in the nick of time. And now as the Poison Cloud as well as the Dark Cover dissipate, you can see right on the other side of the door, both members of either side are going to be kissing, and Samu is going to be taking the kill. It's a 4v4 situation now. Mercedes just inching the way forward around the Viper's Pit as well as the Seekers are going forward.
Samo though just about ducks away. Seeker gets up time off, but look at that. Null command straight in now. Nothing can be utilised from all sides, eliminating the use of a Viper's Pit. But with 9 seconds left, the pace right now that we are seeing MRCP just get this down straight away is impressive. Samo and Reptile on the flank. Catch 3. That's what you want to see. As now it's going to be dwelled away. 11-11. We're tied even. We might actually see MRCP grab their lead for the first time, and what a time to get it.
Oh my goodness, if you are SKAL Esports right now, you've got a few bricks in your pants right there, because MCRP, they've just equalized it from a 9-3 half. Wow, wow, wow. Samo with the 4K as well, absolutely popping off right there. And it is really, really good for MCRP. They are looking absolutely monstrous right now. A beast has been unleashed. The fire inside them has been lit, and they are looking so powerful. Confidence is brimming, let's say. Do apologize. And they are looking really, really good right now.
SKAL though, 90 seconds left to get some business done straight away. They're the same default we see every time now from SKAL Esports, spreading the map even. MCRP opt to go for a more contained approach, a shotgun shell if you will. Once it breaks the choke point, it clusters out, and that right there is how A is looking to be. Thus far though, nothing really to boot. Only one wall separates the two, and the smoke not getting thrown straight away onto the choke point. Reptile now, just easing it through, getting a feel for it. That flash as well, try and stun. Our drone, no need to get shut down straight away, can't give too much information. Maybe it's a weird one, but the amount of time that we have seen MRCP spent in this one spot on the map, SKAL now perform a choke, and Reptile finds the first blood.
That is a really, really nice angle for Reptile to hold on top of box there, just waiting to see if anyone was coming on the flank. And you can see all 5 members of MCRP, they have been spotted by the 0 point, and every single one of them, they're just not moving. They're not going to be deterred. Lear popping the Blaze from the Guiding Light, as well as the Recon Bolt is going to be coming out, and now it's all systems go. And now Sid is going to be the first one to be taken out. It's a 3v5 situation. The Viper's Pit is going to be popped onto side. Lou, Marshall in hand, they're going to fall to the hands of Jamie, and now it's all lighting up red for MCRP. And they've done it. They've taken the lead, 12-11. And now we do have MCRP on series point right now. They are on the cusp of landing themselves a spot in the grand final. What a turn of events.
Overtime still possible, but now the 4th spy is coming in. At this stage as well, SKAL can only afford what they can. Full weaponry, a couple shields missing, but look at what we're seeing here from MCRP. They can play with so much. The one caveat is going to be that from the shadows that Halsey has online. They can still play for Blades if the kills are there. They've got nothing to work with though, the side of MCRP in terms of ultimates. Will it cost them? Let's find out. Kick it off now.
Yes, now that Guiding Light as well as the Paranoid both coming out in response. It's going to be very, very aggressive, but the aggression is just going to come to a bit of a stop. They're going to be using that utility in order to get the members of MCRP over onto the other side of the B side. Reptile is going to be spotting Lou there, Aldrin coming out, and they are going to get tagged by that recon bolt. Now the members of SKAL know exactly what the plan for MCRP is. Shockbolt prepped and ready. The dark cover coming out as well. Reptile is going to be prepping that rendezvous. They are going to be looking like they're probably going to try go for a bit more of aggressive push and then teleport back. But thanks to that poison orb, they completely denied entrance. And now we've got Mercedes finding that opening kill onto Lou. Lou oversteps their boundaries. And oh my goodness, 3 kills to the side of MCRP. It's a 1v5 situation. MJT, they've got to pull out a monster right now. And now all they've got is a Vandal in hand. Not able to find the kills. Stash forward. And that's it! MCRP, they've landed themselves a spot in the grand finals. Congratulations to MCRP. They've completely turned it around, and wow, 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 what a story it was.
What a beautiful, beautiful night it has been. I mean, listen, it's very rare you see a comeback like that. It was 3-11, but now we are seeing the likes of MCRP go through as our first team towards the Sundays and their chance to win the prize pool. Now, listen, in terms of it all, it was a team effort, collectively speaking. I can't pinpoint any one player, and I wouldn't want you to either. It was everyone's part being pulled at the right time to get those rounds converted. But listen, up next, we lowers, and it's going to be even spicier. But don't worry, we'll see you very soon, shortly after this.
play. Found them. Spike down mid. One enemy remaining. Last player stand.
Enemy kill.
enemy remaining.